Right, so it is Saturday the 26th of March 2022, and it is the Sport of Kings finals weekend. We had the 3-year-olds yesterday. Today we've got the juveniles. Everyone's looking forward to see how they get on. And tomorrow it will be the seniors, but the spotlight is on the juveniles today. First race is coming up in about 7 to 8 minutes time. And it is the Juvenile Champions Cup Turf Sprint over 7 furlong soft. Quite an open and competitive race. The thing with 7 furlongs is that not a lot of horses actually stay this trip, so you need someone who does, and we'll have a look through them. First on the card is Stricker Sun from KDS. Claimed out of a maiden, placed in 3 qualifiers. He's really put in some really smart efforts and looks like one to keep on the right side of. He could go very well here. He's the favourite, anti-post favourite, 7 to 2. Next is Ghostly Aristocracy at 4 to 1 from Black Cat Racing, bidding to get his former champion trainer off the mark for the season. No joy yesterday with the 3-year-olds. This horse, yes, he stays at 7 furlongs very well. He was very close up behind Stricker Sun and Bowrain Charm over 7 furlongs. Realistically, both Ghostly Aristocracy and Stricker Sun should be able to overhaul Bowrain Charm this time, as they, I presume they're a little bit better off. Black Cat Racing also has Twisted Wood. He, on collateral form lines, is very closely matched with Stricker Sun, so he's got to be thereabouts. Anglo Mooney, Wrecking Stable. He was gelded after finishing 7th to Bowrain Charm. He looks to improve for it, but may need a little bit more progress, I reckon. Then we have One More England Show, 8 to 1. This is Sumner Farms. He's been busy, he's been running very well, but if this race goes at a fair gallop, stamina might be a little bit suspect. Leonardo McGee is another one to look at. He's from KDS as well. He's also been running in claimers, and he's placed in a 6 furlong qualifier and won 7 furlong firm. It does have a penalty to overcome, so life's not going to be easy for him in this race. Others to look at, Bowrain Charm we've mentioned before. He will need to improve again because he got a penalty. Boom from Stardom Stable doesn't stay this trip. Then you've got you're going into the real big prices: Sally Sierra, Dilla Effective, Valhalla. I believe JMD Royce Dora is a non-runner from Champagne Stable. So that's the field basically. So we're really looking at my fancies are Stricker Sun and Ghostly Aristocracy for the forecast. Don't know which way, so I'd have to do it reverse. Twisted Wood. He will certainly, I expect Twisted Wood to be thereabouts as well. Those are the top 3 for me. I don't think Anglo Mooney will be too far away, so I'd make those the top 4. They're first 4 in the betting, and I expect them to finish in the first 4. But you never know, because these are juveniles, and we simply don't know how mature they are, how much growth they've had since their last run. It's all guesswork really, and it's a lottery really on the maturity side. So we'll see how it goes. KDS already off the mark this season on a 3-year-old yesterday. Like I say, Black Cat Racing yet to get off the mark, but has a couple of really good chances in this. He could easily win this. So 7 furlongs soft. There's not that many, as I say, that actually stay the trip. So I think the first 4 in the betting do, and then from then onwards they start to struggle for stamina after that. Well, Leonardo McGee stays the trip, I guess, but the penalty's a problem. Bahrain Charm, the same penalty to overcome. I mean, not that it can't be overcome. A lot of horses have overcome penalties in recent times, and especially in the juveniles, they do run well with the penalties. So we'll have to see how it goes. So not long now, just a few minutes away. So Stricker's Son, Leonardo McGee, Bahrain Charm. Even with the penalties, these horses are very strongly fancied. So they're off, and it is Valhalla and Dilla Effective who lead the field from Twisted Wood and Bahrain Charm. Valhalla set in a strong pace up front, gone 2 lengths clear. Sorry, that's Dilla Effective, 2 lengths clear from Valhalla. Bahrain Charm back in 3rd, past halfway stage already, and Dilla Effective still going well in front, but here comes Valhalla trying to close them down. The pack still got plenty of work to do at this stage, and it is number 4 Valhalla who strikes the front. One more England show is there, as is Twisted Wood. The pack is really closing fast now. Very tight up front. It looks like Leonardo McGee ahead of Twisted Wood and Bahrain Charm. Yeah, that is a surprise. That's really done well with the penalty. And that's, like I did point out before, juveniles really, the penalties just don't seem to be stoppers for them these days. Twisted Wood, Black Cat Racing, finished 2nd ahead of Bahrain Charm, and Anglo Mooney ran on well. Boom ran on well, considering he doesn't stay the trip. Ghostly, Aristocracy and Stricker's Son are both very disappointing efforts there. Then there was one more England show, Sally Sarah, Valhalla and Dilla Effective. But that's 2nd win of the championships for This is KDS. The juvenile 2-year-old sprint. 6 furlongs on good going. Very open, competitive race. Favourite is Bow Devil Dealace, 3-1 favourite from Bow's Warriors. Does have a penalty to overcome, but it looks a real class act, so quite possible that it might be able to manage that feat. 2nd in the betting was Strip of Gold, 4-1, but stable trainer says that he really hasn't grown at all since beginning of the season, so it's unlikely he's really going to get involved here. Then we have Passionate Spanish Lady from Black Cat Racing. This one also has a penalty, and it's been a bit inconsistent. Won and then was beaten and then won again. So I don't really know what to expect, but the form is quite good. It hasn't run for a long time, open to plenty of improvement. So could be thereabouts. Behind that one is Kitten Moon. It's a 6-1 shot from Ranch Hamburg. He's fairly highly thought of by the looks of it, but it's got 2 lengths to make up with Bow Devil DLAs, and not sure that even £2 better off will be enough for him to do that. Next in the betting is Toffee Nose, Everton FC. This one's had a good season, dead heated with Kitten Moon behind Bow Devil DLAs. Not sure if he'll be happy on the good going, and obviously needs to improve again to overturn that deficit. After that is Reverse Cowgirl from KDS, having a very good championships already. He's made a promising start to his career, but took some time. He only just very recently managed to win a maiden, and maybe he's coming good at the right time. We don't know. We'll see. But he's a 7-1 shot. Behind that one is Slaughter of Innocence. That's one of my runners. He's not achieved much really so far. I don't really expect him to figure in the finish. Next is JMD XX Charcot. This is from Champagne. He won a qualifier over 5 furlongs, but does have a penalty, so don't know. I'm not even sure actually that he's a non-runner. He's actually a non-runner, so won't worry about that one. Violated Zipper is from MJ Stable. He won a 7 furlong qualifier. Does have to overcome a penalty. It's not the end of the world, a penalty. It can be done. It's proven in the first race it can be done, but not sure about if he will be able, if he's good enough really to manage it. Then after that we've got Bow, Best of the Mo, El Candy Oro, and Fudge Show all look like outsiders. So that's the field. Bow Devil DLAs looks like the one. But it's quite open. I mean, I think it'll be tight. A tight finish. Just a minute or so away from the off on this one. My money, I think I'll put it down on Bow Devil DLAs. I don't know, could be wrong. Maybe Reverse Cowgirl has come good. KDS, got his stable in really good nick. So put that down as a danger. So here we go. And the favourite is Bow Devil DLAs, ahead of Strip of Gold, joint favourites. Then Kitten Moon, Toffee Nose, and Fudge Show. The rest are big prices, almost double figures. Bow Best of the Mo 9-1. So here we go. And they're off. Pretty level break up front, which is Slaughter of Innocence and Kitten Moon up front with Toffee Nose and Fudge Show. Behind these, Bow Best of the Mo, Bow Devil DLAs, and Reverse Cowgirl leading the chasing group. But up front, Toffee Nose with his nose in front. Ahead of Slaughter of Innocence, Fudge Show, Kitten Moon. No change in the order, racing inside the final couple of furlongs now. Very tight up front, Toffee Nose, Bow Best of the Mo, and finishing fastest Strip of Gold. You may just have got there, very tight between Bow Best of the Mo and Strip of Gold. He must be a pretty decent horse, that Strip of Gold, if he's running so well with no maturity for the whole season. So this is the final result. The winner was Bow Best of the Mo. I believe that's win number 4 for Bow's Warriors. A terrific campaign already. Strip of Gold, strong performance, really finished with a flourish here to take second. Toffee Nose tried to make all, almost succeeded. And Kitten Moon in 4th for Rancho Hamburg, another good run. Then came Passionate Spanish Lady, followed by Slaughter of Innocence, Fudge Show, Bow Devil DLAs. Looks like the penalty did for him. Got done by a stablemate. Then Reverse Cowgirl back in 9th, El Kennedy Oro 10th, and Violated Zipper 11th. That is the final finish in positions. So, we'll take another break and we'll come back in time for... Right, fast approaching the next race, which is a 2-year-old Turf Classic for 1 1/8 mile on soft going. Now, the anti-post favourite in here is Worthy of Power, just ahead of Palermo Mafia. Right, Worthy of Power is another one from KDS, and Palermo Mafia from Close and Cognac. Formal Zulu is next. He has a penalty for Zulu, as does Palermo Mafia, and also another one in here with the penalty is Atomic Particle from Charnwood Stables. Formal Zulu apparently doesn't like the go-in, so going to be tough for him. Anfield Star, Wrecking Stable, quite versatile, but like plenty of these, I haven't seen a track for a long time, and it's very difficult to judge where they're going to be now, so pretty much stick a pin, take a choice. KDS has another run in here for Crying Out Loud. He's also well fancied as well, so could be like the first race where his fancied runner was out down the field and his unfancied runner actually won. So it could be another one of those. Still Smiling, another KDS runner also in there with a good chance. He's having a good season, good finals for KDS. Who knows? 1, 2, 3. Atomic Particle we've mentioned. All That Glitters, another one from KDS. Doesn't really look up to winning this. Omicron from Big Boy Steve. He has a penalty to overcome. Twisted Bastard. That is Black Cat Racing. Then we have Caroline Saddle, Eddie 6692, and Crowned Lalula, another one from Black Cat Racing. Doesn't have much of a chance, these last few mentioned. Anyway, it's about time for the off. Should be going any minute now. Right, favourite is Worthy of Power ahead of Anfield Star. Omicron, quite well fancied, as is Palermo Mafia. Both of those are carrying penalties, so they'll do well to win here. Formal Zulu's only an 8-1 shot. Big price is the rest. So let's see how they do. runners, and they're away. Pretty level break. All That Glitters was fast out. So was Crowned Lalula. And it is All That Glitters. Formal Zulu up there with the pace, and Caroline Saddle also up there with the pace. It's Twisted Bastard. So both Black Cat runners are up with the pace. Worthy of Power in the chasing group along with Omicron. Bit of a gap, but Worthy of Power starting to close up on that gap now. Omicron there as well, and Worthy of Power is really moving swiftly to the front. He's gone to take up the lead now ahead of Formal Zulu. Crown Lalula still there with Twisted Star, the two Black Cat runners, ahead of All That Glitters and Omicron. Racing inside the final 2 furlongs, and it is Worthy of Power seems to be holding them all at bay. Worthy of Power is going clear. Worthy of Power wins it easily. Anfield Star ran on well to be in the minor places with Twisted Bastard and Crown Lalula and Caroline Saddle. We'll just take the full result now. Another one for KDS, I believe that's his 3rd win of these championships. Wrecking Stable got 2nd with Anfield Star. Crown Lalula, Black Cat Racing 3rd. And Caroline Saddle, it is 6.962, was equal 4th with Twisted Bastard from Black Cat Racing. After that, in 6th was Palermo Mafia, 7th Formal Zulu, 8th Omicron, 9th All That Glitters, 10th Still Smiling, 11th Atomic Particle, and 12th was For Crying Out Loud. So, good matchup in the trainer's title now between KDS and Bowes Warriors. I believe it's 4 for Bowes and 3 for KDS. So, the next race is the Dirt Classic Silver 1 mile good. That's in about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. We'll come back in time to. Alright, next race is fast approaching. It is the 2-year-old classic over 1 mile on good going. Now, let's have a look. Very open race, plenty of chances in here. Favourite, Caroline's Wonderful Light from Eddie 6.962. This one was 4th to Bowmore Stock, and then 2nd to Dan Monzi the Great at 1 mile fast. It acts on the good going, and we would expect a big run from this one. Now, Bowmore Stock obviously is a real class act. He's the 2nd favourite. He does have a penalty to overcome, and these conditions just really suit him. He absolutely destroyed the opposition on his debut, winning by 4 lengths, and he's won on fast and good. He's got to be a big player here, even with the penalty. Crosses is another one from the same stable. Won well first time out, but disappointing since. We have JMD Pilot, who is from Champagne. He's been running consistently well at a very high level, placed in a few qualifiers. Not sure if we got everything right in ads and trip and everything, but he looks to have a good chance. Not sure if he handled the ground. That's a bit of an issue, so we'll have to wait and see. Next we've got Pure Honey. He's a 6-to-1 shot. He's from Big Boy Steve. Placed into qualifiers, but they're both on fast. Not sure he'll like this going. Great Provider, Don Quixote Stable. Double penalty. He's won three wins, including 2 qualifiers. So too much for him to do. Olympic Trooper is the other one from Big Boy Steve. He won a maiden over 1 1/8 mile. Good. He's run well, but I'm not sure he'll like this shorter trip. Serene Revelations, that's from my stable. Not sure this trip is going to suit him. He's probably better over further. Virago Prime is another one from Black Cat Racing. I'm not sure. It's been a bit hard to get a handle on what kind of ability this one really has. Rembrandt, I think he has a penalty. He has won a qualifier, so he has a penalty. And any price for rest, basically. So this should be coming up very shortly. We're around the time now. And looking pretty open. Bo Westwood Prime, I didn't mention that one. He's the joint favourite apparently with Erotic Moment. Bo Morstock. Caroline's Wonderful Light 6-1, Bo Crosses Across 6-1, Pure Honey 7, and Big Price is the rest. So here we go. And they're away, and it is Pure Honey as the first one out. He's Big Boy Steve's runner, ahead of JMD Pilot. And Caroline's Wonderful Light. These two have opened up quite a big lead over the pack straight away. They've gone off at a gallop, keeping each other company. That's Virago Prime and JMD Pilot. Bo Crosses Across in third place, ahead of Rembrandt, who are just trying to make some ground up now to catch up with the leaders. Quite a lot to do. Bo Westwood Prime is there with Caroline's Wonderful Light and Bo Morstock. Well past halfway, they'll be turning for home shortly. Up front is still Pure Honey from JMD Pilot. Bo Crosses Across closing up along with Rembrandt. Caroline's Wonderful Light is finishing very strongly along with Bo Morstock, and it is very close up front, it's very tight. Bo Westwood Prime and Caroline's Wonderful Light. It looks like Bo Westwood Prime has taken that ahead of Bo Morstock. You just can't keep this man down. Bo's Warriors is just rattling in the winners. This is his final. First and third for Bo's Warriors. Good run from Caroline's Wonderful Light. Almost pulled it off. Olympic Trooper, Big Boy Steve in 4th, Erotic Moment, KDS 5th, Pure Honey 6th, Virago Prime, ahead of JMD Pilot, Serene Revelations, Bo Crosses Across, Great Provider, and 12th with Rembrandt. So, yet another winner on the board for Bo's Warriors. He's having a tremendous final this year. And he still has plenty of chances to come. I know he has chances later on today and some serious chances in the senior, so this could be a wonderful final for him. Anyway, that's the classic finals wrapped up. Just the two marathons to come, and we'll be back in time for the next one. Should be about number 4. 2-year-old turf marathon over 2 miles soft coming up next. Let's just have a look. I believe the favourite is Golden Rabbit from Big Boy Steve, who also has Tovik front in the race. Second favourite is the Powerful Church from Stardom Stable, and third favourite, 5-1, is 5 from Kalkir, who has some good form and I think has been gelded recently, so it could be quite dangerous in this. Bitter Reality, KDS is on a roll. Also, he also has Arthur Churchill, and both could be considered in this. Golden Tiger Shark is another runner from Big Boy Steve. but he does look the third string. Black Cat Racing also has Pleasure for Douglas and Bow Warriors, both 5 singers who won't really stay this trip, nor does Caroline's Tommy from 86992, and Mountbatten from Wrecking Stable makes up the field. Right. The Powerful Church is a favourite, 9-2. Bitter Reality 5 from Calcare, both 5-1 shots. Golden Rabbit 7, Caroline's Tommy 9, along with Arthur Churchill. Double figures the rest. Let's see how we get on. Lever break for this 2-mile marathon trip on soft going. This is going to take some getting, so if you're a stamina suspect, it's going to be a problem. So both 5 singers are the first to make the early running ahead of Big Boy Steve runner Tovry Kront, who's about 3 lengths clear of the chasing pack, headed by number 7, 5 from Calcare. Also in that pack is Bitter Reality, The Powerful Church, Mountbatten and Golden Rabbit ahead of the rest. So 2 races looks to be happening at the same time here. You have both 5 singers up front being chased down by Tovry Kront, then quite a long gap, maybe 10-15 lengths to the rest of the pack, who are headed by 5 from Calcare ahead of Bitter Reality, The Powerful Church, Mountbatten and Golden Rabbit. A long way to go yet, and not even halfway, but these 2 up front have opened up a very nice healthy gap. Can they maintain it? Well, that's left to be seen. It's still both 5 singers. We know his stamina's a bit suspect for this trip, but he's making it a good test ahead of Tovry Kront. These 2 are quite a way ahead of the pack, maybe 20-25 lengths ahead, and they're at the 3/4 of the way. Still 4 to 5 length leader, both 5 singers. Tovry Kront keeping on, not giving up. And the pack just starting to close up now as we get to the really serious part of the race. Both 5 singers still in the lead, but here comes 5 from Calcare, leading the chasing group ahead of The Powerful Church and Bitter Reality. And it is The Powerful Church who strikes the front, going on Powerful Church ahead of 5 from Calcare. Bitter Reality in 3rd ahead of Golden Rabbit. I'll just confirm the result. It's a win for Stardom Stable, The Powerful Church. He did like this one, he did say. 5 from Calcare, the gelding helped, but not quite enough for him to seal the victory. Bitter Reality, KDS, not quite good enough to get there this time. Golden Rabbit did well, 4th place, as did Golden Tiger Shark, that did really well, just finishing 5th. Arthur Churchill in 6th ahead of Mountbatten, Pleasure for Douglas, Tovry Kront, both 5 singers and Caroline's Tommy. Those 2 really didn't stay. So, and that's it. Just one more race to come today, and that is the Juvenile Champions Cup Marathon over 1.5 miles on good going, and that'll be in another. So the favourite is my own runner, Serenity of the Soul. He hasn't run since January. I had 5 quick runs in January, and I said after that he would win this final, carrying the penalty. Bit nervous now, but I have to still stand by that anyway. So he's the favourite, ahead of Dalmonzi Momo, who's from Black Cat Racing. Now he's out of the stables champion Dalmonzi House. He was beaten ahead by Denim the Great, his stablemate, over a mile and a half. So he should be able to reverse that form with his £2 better off. Now the ones carrying penalties are my one, Serenity of the Soul, Denim the Great, and both Spexes across. So they've all got to be a little bit above average to win this, carrying the penalty. The next bigger danger is Bo Tiny is Another Story. This is a big danger. Very well suited to the trip and the going. He ran out of stamina at a mile and 3/4. This is his ideal conditions, and he has been gelded since his last run, so it is probably capable of some improvement, and he's a big danger. So those are the top three, and I think they'll fight out the finish and be the top three. Denim the Great is second string for Black Cat Racing, who has 4 runners, including Hero Born of Evita and Dalmonzi Momo, Denim the Great, and Risk for Denim. Those are his 4 runners. After them comes Heartless Monster from Big Boy Steve. He started off quite well but hasn't really gone on. Risky Apples, Boomer Park, a lightly raced, still a maiden, not much to recommend. 2 from Sumner Farms, Dynamic Summertime, and Rock the Orange haven't shown anything, so not really expected to figure. So let's see how we get on. So favourites are Dalmonzi Momo and Bo Tiny's Another Story. They're 3-1 joint favourites, ahead of Serenity of the Soul 6-1, Risk for Denim 7, Dynamic Summertime, Rock the Orange 8, Bo Obsex is the cross, a 6-1 shot, and the rest are in double figures. So let's see how they get on. So there are the orders, and they're off, and it is Hero Born of Evita who's the first to show. Quickly goes 2 or 3 lengths clear of the pack, headed by Dalmonzi Momo, stablemate, and Risky Apples ahead of Rock the Orange, Risk for Denim, and Bo Tiny's Another Story. Also Heartless Monster in that chasing pack. Now Hero Born of Evita has quickly gone very well clear in the lead. She's like 20 lengths clear at the moment already. Pack headed by stablemate Dalmonzi Momo from Risky Apples, Rock the Orange, Risk for Denim, Heartless Monster, and Bo Tiny's Another Story. Now the pack's starting to close up now, and it is Dalmonzi Momo who's coming to challenge her stablemate, who's cut out most of the donkey work to the halfway stages. So Dalmonzi Momo now strikes the front ahead of Risky Apples, Rock the Orange, Risk for Denim, Heartless Monster, and Dynamic Summertime. Dalmonzi Momo kicks on 2 lengths clear. As stablemate Hero Born of Evita starts to drop back through the pack. It is Risky Apple's still there with Rock the Orange and Risk for Denim, also Heartless Monster, the pack closing up. Here comes Bo Tiny, he's Another Story out of the pack, who's moving really smoothly. Serenity of the Soul also coming with a run in the inside, but it's Bo Tiny's Another Story who strikes the front, quickly goes a length clear. Bo Tiny's Another Story takes it from Serenity of the Soul, Dalmonzi Momo, and Denim the Great. I'll just tidy up that full result. First number 7, Bo Tiny's Another Story, another winner from Bo's Warriors. The Bo's Warriors bandwagon just rolls on. You can't keep a good man down. I don't know how, I've lost count how many winners he's had today. That may be between the 2 days, maybe 5 or 6. I've just lost count there. And he's got good chances tomorrow as well in the seniors. This is going to be probably the most one-sided finals in history. It's just KDS picking up 3 wins himself, and just the odd winner here and there for a couple of others. So it is basically the Bo's Warriors bandwagon marching on and on. So clear out the full result. Botiny's another story ahead of Serenity of the Soul. Dalmonzi Momo in third, Stablemate Denim the Great in fourth, Bo Obsex is the Cross in fifth, Risky Apple sixth, Hero Bone of Evita seventh, Rock the Orange eighth ahead of Risk for Denim, ninth, Artless Monster 10th, and Dynamic Summertime 11th. Now that wraps up the Juvenile Championships. Tomorrow we will start again. We'll kick off with the seniors. That's it for now. Bowen Charm back in third, past halfway stage already, and El Effect is still going well in front, but here comes Valhalla trying to close them down. The pack still got plenty of work to do at this stage, and it is number 4 Valhalla who strikes the front. One More England show is there, as is Twisted Wood. The pack is really closing fast now, very tight up front. It looks like Leonardo McGee ahead of Twisted Wood, ahead of Slaughter of Innocence, Fudge Show, Kittenware. No change in the order, racing inside the final couple of furlongs now. Very tight up front, Toffee Nose, Bo Best of the Mo, and finishing fastest now, Gold Omicron there as well, and Worthy of Power is really moving swiftly to the front. He's taking up the lead now ahead of Formal Zulu. Crown Lulu is still there with Twisted Star, the 2 Black Cat runners, ahead of All That Glitters and Omicron. Racing inside the final 2 furlongs, and it is Worthy of Powers seems to be holding them all at bay. Worthy of Powers going clear, going there with Caroline's Wonderful Light and Bone Stoke. Well past halfway, they'll be turning for home shortly. Up front is still Pure Honey from JMD Pilot. Bow crosses across for closing up along with Rembrandt. Caroline's Wonderful Light is featured very strongly along with Bow Moorstock, and it is very close up front. It's very tight leader. Both 5 singers. Covering Croft, keeping on, not giving up. And the pack just starting to close up now as we get to the really serious part of the race. Both 5 singers still in the lead, but here comes 5 from Calcare, leading the chasing group ahead of the Powerful Church and Bitter Reality. And it is the Powerful Church who strikes the front. Going on ahead, Powerful Church, Risky Apples, Rock the Orange, Risk for Denim, Heartless Monster, and Dynamic Summertime. Stalmonzi Momo kicks on 2 lengths clear. As Stablemate Hero Born of Evita starts to drop back through the pack. It is Risky Apple still there with Rock the Orange and Risk for Denim, also Heartless Monster. The pack closing up. Here comes Botiny, he's another story out of the pack, is moving really smoothly. Serenity of the Soul also coming with a run in the inside, but if Botiny's another story who strikes the front, quickly goes a length.